with crowd control, sustain as well. The upward in the time for some maneuverability.
Okay,
here comes, wait, Esmeralda.
That's actually pretty good against Masha in lane, right, Chefin?
Yeah, in lane, yeah, but there's really no peel, I guess, provided by the Masha. I feel like it would be better if they went for a Ruby instead. Oh, it's banned by them. Okay.
I guess the Aura technically can have crowd control, Barats and Loyi too. When it comes to a full-on damage output match though, it's looking more even, but this Natan just hasn't been working as well as this Moskov again and again. There's a chance that, like how Don was doing on the Esmeralda, the backline can be just zoned away, so far away from the main fight that BIGETRON can get a huge advantage. That's a big if though, especially now with the Kaja showing up. Kaja carry was the thing, but now Kaja Moskov for GEEK has been absolutely devastating.
And now we turn it around. We were talking about how Boy has been placed on a hero that he's not comfortable with. I would say the same for Moreno. Moreno and a Boy, very similar players. They like to get their hands on these carry picks. And Novaria, the Valentina, even the Sicilian we saw yesterday. But when you put him on a pick like the Loyi, someone that's not really mobile, someone that has a very one-dimensional way to deal damage, he's going to have to rely on the creative ultimates. And at least back in the regular season, we didn't see Moreno do that.
Yep. Still the same game plan for GEEK Fam, overloading the Natan with the damage, with the engage coming in from Bolowski and Luke. Let's see though if it's gonna come to fruition here in game number 2. Game that's gonna decide the momentum. Can it swing to BTR? Or will it go to GEEK Fam even more? Let's see in the Land of Dawn for game 2 of GEEK Fam versus BTR.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, off the bat, as always, keep your eyes on that mid lane with the Arlet and the Loyi. There's a lot of kill potential. Might just result in something of a first blood. Looking at the clear speed though, it's the age-old. It's so funny that we've seen so many developments, but now all roads lead back to the Barats and the Frederick.
Okay, let's see. Oh, already. So Rico is very aggressive with this Esmeralda, something that being provided by this kind of explainer.
It's kind of scary though this time around, right? The mid control, not the best for BIGETRON. Alpha gets pulled back, has that skill 1. Is able to buy quite a bit of time to distract Ray.
Again, time bomb Arashi. This time for both. Natan on BIGETRON Alpha. But GEEK Fam, they have a solution here in Luke. What do you think what's going to happen in the late game if it's going to go there?
In the late game? I mean, Luke, of course, will be an absolute menace to squishies and tanky heroes alike, but Soriza with the sustain has a chance of being at least that much more annoying to actually distract the rest of GEEK Fam, right? We talk about kiting, and right now, for BIGETRON, it's the same issue. There's no real kiting potential, so they're kind of doubling down on the attempt of just managing, just competing in damage output, and in theory, the Natan can outdamage the Moskov, especially with the true damage component later on with the Starlium, but we'll have to wait and see.
Oof. Oh, already very aggressive in the bottom lane. Ray, though, might be punishing.
Yup, good taunt on the knockup as well. Chidera should be able to find a Spear of Misery, and he gets it right as Key pops the Vengeance, so he gets pushed and shoved back to tier 1. First blood for the Moskov.
Assisting his own death, Key going in. Not really the best decision there, but what can you do?
It's a lot of damage. Placed down by Chorizo onto a Boy. Super Ken rotating as well. A Boy does have the Purify, but Luke does not. Still able to evade from the missiles, and it's Moreno, Ken, and Chorizo at level 4. Key, not level 4 just yet. Beloyski has that Divine Judgment to lock him down. Vengeance and the stun onto Beloyski. He still has a Divine Judgment once again, but Falling Star will be able to catch them. Dispersion and rotation enough to take him down, but a Thunderclap goes on to Chorizo, and Key wants to shove them and zone them away from this first turtle that should be claimed by BIGETRON Alpha. Ooh, the Fraser's Wrath though, Key pops the Vengeance and gets slain by a Boy.
A bit unnecessary. 2 times Key have fallen down in this match. Gives 2 kills towards GEEK Fam, but same story once again. BTR dominating on the objective fights.
2 kills for the neutral objective. Considering the fact that there was a Barat, there was an Arlet and a Loyi. This is a very strong trio mid combination, and yet GEEK Fam were still able to find value from it. That is something that really isn't really encouraging for BIGETRON, so they gotta be a bit more careful here.
Up though in the bottom lane, that's Final Slash connecting. Beloyski very low. Doesn't decide to go for the Divine Judgment. Iman shoos them away with the Entropy.
So saw game fact by Kope Arashi that time. Luke 4 picks with Masha, 100%. Pretty much the same with Helkert's Beloyski, or Beloyski's Helkert. So there should be a proper respect being paid in the drafting phase, I would feel like.
Oh, good red tree. Oh, Divine Judgment! Baloy finds him even with the flicker. Eman cannot escape, and Key is caught all the way. Only can go Vengeance. One last shot should do it. A boy's chasing him down. The Ghost Bursters and even the whip down. But it's not enough to take Key out. Not now.
But they have found Eman. GEEK Fam once again with the proactive moves right here. You saw that BIGETRON, you're sending resources to the gold lane, but GEEK Fam are just so much cleaner with it, with the engage tools. But now Dayton is welcome.
Right onto a boy, no Netherrealm. He can't use it. Not now.
Okay, even game right now, gold lead. Not even 100, and right now 200 for BIGETRON Alpha. So anything can still happen in this match, in this game. The momentum can still swing towards BIGETRON, especially with this kind of draft. If Eman gets the peel that he needs, the safety that he needs, he might be able to carry BIGETRON Alpha to victory.
See the scouting here from GEEK Fam just so much better. It's always like they have Beloyski as a vision tool, securing some kind of info every single time. And Chumi already used right here to try and burst the turtle down though. BIGETRON, bold moves.
Goes straight for it, Ray! Tribulation! Ray comes up, steals it away. And now Spirit Destruction connects onto the back line. Chadera able to take it, but Key jumps on and Divine Judgment to lock him down before he can even go for the final slash. But that's his welcome. Catches on the Chadera. Cerezo in the midst of it all, dealing some damage, but it's not going to be enough to take anyone down. Chadera still spacing, still going out, but now finally gets caught up by Cerezo as Luke jumps in with a thunderclap onto him, but he's able to entropy just right away. Luke still chasing. Beloyski going to be chased down by Cerezo as well, but he's not able to fully get onto him. Meanwhile, thunderclap 1 onto Moreno. Luke very low and taken down by Super Ken.
What just happened? It looked really good for GEEK Fam, and I feel like they're not respecting the fact that Cerezo is there as some kind of TPS in the early game.
You know what happened? That's the Loyi power, man. It's a lot of damage that Moreno was just spamming it out again and again. And of course, Eman with the hits that just hit multiple people, and as you said, Trevin, the Esmeralda from Cerezo staying in the front, doing damage. When everyone's clumping up like that, especially with the Netherrealm in play, this Esmeralda has a lot of value. We've seen it before, but this is BIGETRON just doubling down on the 5v5s, on the long team fight. And you can see, if they don't get immediately bursted down, if they don't really lose members outright in the beginning of the fight, they have enough damage to really match out GEEK Fam. But these diversions really haven't been as impactful.
The stat line, the KDA might be 2-0-3, but so far the diversion is just night and day when a boy used it in the first game. But it's still early game though, there's still a lot of time for him to make up for it. Now, 1K gold lead for BIGETRON Alpha.
Flicker Divine Judgment into the burst, but the Ghost Bursters not enough to take him down.
Lack of burst damage, but diversion from Moreno.
Where's it gonna go? They don't take it.
Nope. Still waiting for the next opportunity, but GEEK Fam, always the more proactive one. Whoa, falling Star Moon!
Just trying to poke Ray.
Ooh, zoning him away from the neutral objective as well, though. There's 2 members out here. They're gonna get a turret, but they're gonna trade it for the turtle, unless Chadera wants to participate. But no, GEEK Fam as a whole just let it go. And this is something that's very good from GEEK Fam. Their willingness to let go of objectives when it doesn't really seem like a realistic option.
Yeah, and I feel like I would prefer a turret, even though it's an outer turret, compared to a turtle, because it gives you so much room to explore, especially a hero like Luke. It's a lot of space, it's a lot of vision.
Super Ken, now in the midst of it all, goes in for Dancer's Welcome, cancels out with Divine Judgment, Punish Slash, cancels out with Divine Judgment as well. Super Ken still able to survive, another round popped. Now the Esmeralda posturing, trying to zone them away from this turret, but Chadera, Sphere of Misery away to Cerezo. He has the top lane pushed up, a diversion onto the back, but BIGETRON Alpha are unable to find anything.
Weird engage coming in from GEEK Fam. That was towards a full HP Super Ken as a Barats.
That's because of the positioning. BIGETRON understands that they can let Super Ken tank some of this damage. He's tanky enough to withstand it, at least initially. And because of that, they're letting him take the first hit, and then they're counter-engaging with the final slash, with the damage and the passive coming from Loyi. And now they're going for Ray.
Falling Star Moon. Doesn't go for it.
The missiles. Almost, but not enough. And now, GEEK Fam still not much going on so far. Still 1K, so not much gold swing, not much momentum swing happening in the map or happening in this game. Anything can still happen with this kind of composition, and Beloyski so far has been quiet, and you know, when Beloyski is quiet, something's gonna happen in a second.
It's almost like he's forced to really try and react now, getting surprised again by the jungle control from BIGETRON. Very early Daytona's welcome though. It will result in a turret, even though it wasn't exactly a critical factor. 2K gold ahead. Now it looks like GEEK Fam are the ones confused. They can't really find a way to get a reliable flank anymore. No macro diversion and a shortcut portal, and in the front to back, it seems like as long as Super Ken is the one that gets picked off initially, there are ways for BIGETRON to come out on top here, especially with a combination, a solid front line along with an Esmeralda, but oh, Beloyski!
Forced to flicker. That's pretty big. 1 HP bar down on Luke. Trying to run away now. Another stun comes down upon him. Spear of Destruction. Able to connect on Super Ken, getting an angle, but Iman is forced to use the entropy defensively. Now Luke down to a 2nd HP bar, can go for the Thunderclap, but gets shredded down. Meanwhile, Cerezo in the back line doing a good job. Moreno gets rid of Beloyski. Ray finds the Appraiser's wrap, but Super Ken out retrieves him. Diversion to the back, but no one takes it. Luke has a Thunderclap, is going for it, loses 1 HP bar, but it can only get Key. With that Thunderclap, Iman takes him out. It's a favorable trade for the Red Robots.
Very unfortunate. Ray has the chance, but Super Ken still comes out on top. Eman very aggressive at this point of the game.
Aggressive moves from BIGETRON. A different look right here. They're not scared of taking a fight. The fact that they used several ultimates before the initial fight actually erupted there in the Lord Pit, and they were still able to come out on top. They're just doing everything so well right here, zoning away Luke, keeping him always in their sights, zoning him away from the backline members, and still trying to make sure that they can get the right amount of control, funneling everyone into one situation, and saving the final slash to try and just corral everyone in the same direction. Now with the Lord coming in, can they go for more? Okay!
Oh, a final slash with a diversion earlier, not able to connect onto anything, but look at the entropy, look at the damage. Moreno just gets rid of a void before he can even use the Nether Realm. Luke with the Thunderclap, now finding Moreno on the shutdown. Luke with a flicker forward, meanwhile Cerezo is in him as of it all, but gets stunned up. That's a big Appraiser's Wrath, and once again, GEEK Fam are finding ways to come back of a gold deficit. This time though, Iman was able to survive that dive, that assassination attempt from Luke. This time they're also able to take a base turret, but GEEK Fam find a momentum shift.
Not only getting a kill, but also eliminating the DPS from the fight. Luke is doing work at this time. Look at the items. Already BOD and Heptasis.
More importantly, Iman just finished the Holy Crystal, so both gold laners at a 3-item power spike. But you saw who was targeted in that fight. It was Moreno. Look at that version though. A bit of a deja vu situation, but Beloyski!
Oh wait! Flicker, no Divine Judgment. Might be a blunder. Divine Judgment defensively onto Key. Now he gets shredded down. That's his welcome. Able to find the Masha. Iman trying to do some damage right now, but it's not going to be enough. It's that's Chadera, who got him down and on Spirit of Destruction as well. GEEK Fam are utilizing this momentum to collapse on BTR.
Key's gotta cool his head down, man. So far, every time, just unnecessary vengeance over and over again into his death. And now GEEK Fam, this is gonna be a gold swing to their favor. They might be going for this one.
3 seconds for the respawn. Luke is going for that Thunderclap. You can see it in his eyes.
He wants it. He wants it bad, but he won't be able to get it just yet. Base tower taken though in that whole sequence. It is on the side of the map where the Lord will be spawning, so GEEK Fam not really pressed just yet. But man, BIGETRON took that fight under their turret with Beloyski seemingly making a blunder, and yet they did not come out on top. I wanted to see how Moreno got taken out, because he's a very important component right here. He needs to stay alive.
They can blitz this.
They can. With Chadera. It seems BIGETRON Alpha are unaware of this Lord take.
What?
And GEEK Fam just get it. They sneak it under BIGETRON Alpha. They did not react. They didn't go for anything. Diversion as well. And no one takes it.
I don't know what happened with BIGETRON. When the mid game comes, when the late game comes, somehow they lose all their advantages.
Season 11 all over again.
Yeah, it's gone. I'm sorry, this might be a deja vu to BIGETRON.
BIGETRON.
So many nicknames back in Season 11. PTSD for me, man. BIGETRON, BIGETRON, so many names.
Hey, This might be your fault too, man. You predicted 3-0 for BTR.
Hey, man, I thought it was going to be a mere bless.
Turns out it's just not that simple. Now with the Lord coming in, let's not get ahead of ourselves here. There's a lot of damage available for BIGETRON to go for the clear. And Mon and Marino can do great. Sorizo as well. I think it all comes down to if they can deny Baloyski making a play. He's looking for it right now. Keeping your eyes on him.
Flicker, Divine Judgment finding Key. And Lord charges in now. Luke in the back line with another realm as well. That's a turret taken down. Key as well. Another thunderclap into the back line, but look at him on. Still free hitting. Dispersion rotation connecting Sorizo. Now a diversion. Oh! Luke thunderclap. One last hit him on. Is able to escape, and Sorizo gets rid of Luke. A mid lane base turret for 2 members.
Whew. Ooh, man. Intense. And look at the highest damage dealt in that fight for GEEK Fam. It ain't Chidera, man. It's Luke. That Masha was just absolutely menacing, forcing battle spells out there. But of course, fighting in the base, that's the most dangerous situation. Now with Aman picking up the Wind of Nature, things might look quite differently as the diversion comes in. BIGETRON, they're trying to look for something here when Luke isn't available.
Whoa, concealed by Key, trying to look for a final slash, an angle to go for final slash with Baloyski. Doing the same thing, a good dispersion to rotate, 3-man final slash into the depth as well, but it's on the Netherrealm HP. Superken losing immortality, and on the back still trying to cut away, but Superken is completely isolated, and Chidera will be able to melt him down.
They're chasing.
A full chase, Ray with a taunt, with a knock-up as well. Another knock-up onto Sorizo, and Chidera jumps forward with the Abyss Walker, but Abyss Step, but the diversion will be used defensively to get them out of that chase.
Look at that Luke lurking in the shadows. It's not as brave as the engage earlier in the base, but he's trying to pick out his targets, and this time around, it's gotta be Eman, man. It's already late game. He has all the items, he has all the golds, already level 15. It's a threat to consider for GEEK Fam, and I like the way GEEK Fam played at a time.
There is Eman to consider, but there's also Marino on the low Yi. He has the Wind of Truncheon and Mon has the Wind of Nature, so there are outplay tools available. But if Luke is able to just go on one of them, force the usage of the item and go for the other, he can just very easily burn out 2 value items. As GEEK Fam, look at this. They're the ones having control. BIGETRON are confused. They're worried on where to go. They are concerned about another Lord Sneak. They should try and set up a trap or something, because they have to try and make a play. Unless they want to just keep going and fight GEEK Fam at their own game. This is where GEEK Fam likes to be, the 5v5. All out straightforward.
If there's a Kumar bush, there's a Baloy bush. That there, near the purple buff. A flying is coming. A concealed play is coming.
Okay. Final slash onto nothing. Ray now. Surreal spots him in the back now. Baloyski finds the Divine Judgment onto Eman! And it's Luke, the 2 BBs! The big brain and the big boy collapses on the BIGETRON Alpha. But Moreno able to find the shield now, taunted up. Moreno falling to a boy, an Appraiser's Wrath, and a Shadow Stampede to drag them back into the hands of the rest of GEEK Fam. Only 1 member traded in, and it's a complete wipeout.
How many times you want this story to play out? It's the same thing over and over again. Game number 2, GEEK Fam. The mental fortitude, the absolute mastery of the late game. Baloy, the decision making, the concealed plays. Just incredible.
Phenomenal stuff from the 2 BBs. The big brain, the big boy, whoever it is, that was BBL and BBB rotating together.